I never got my $2,175 winnings from ScummyCommish, so I filed a BBB complaint and messaged his wife and friends, then got paid. I am participating in 2 fantasy football leagues, one with an untrustworthy commissioner, referred to as ScummyCommish, with entry fees of $300 and $500 respectively. The season concluded on December 30, and I anticipated receiving a total of $2,175 in winnings from both leagues. ScummyCommish, however, had different intentions. To provide some context before we continue, I do not personally know ScummyCommish, but I am aware that he operates a home remodeling contracting company, which is a significant detail in this scenario. After the season's conclusion, ScummyCommish initially offered excuses about his cash transfer applications hitting their limits, claiming he would process payments within a week. This was not a major concern at the time. However, when a week passed without any payments, I remained patient, provided that he kept us informed. Unfortunately, he stopped communicating altogether. Below is a comprehensive timeline of events December 30, 2020, for conclusion of the fantasy season. December 31, 2024, I reach out privately regarding the payment schedule. No reply. January 2, 2025, I follow up about the payment. ScummyCommish replies that he is out of town until the following Wednesday and would handle all payments then. January 4, 2025, another league member asks when the payouts will occur. ScummyCommish states, "They are coming this upcoming week. I maxed out my sending ability on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle this week. I'll send the payouts list for the year tomorrow." ScummyCommish never provided the payouts list. Thus, I took the initiative to calculate the weekly payouts for both leagues and sent them to him to simplify the process, in hopes of prompt payment. This did not help. January 8, 2025, the following Wednesday, I text ScummyCommish about the status of payment. No reply. January 9, 2025, I text ScummyCommish again for an update. He acknowledges that he is driving home from work and indicates he will prepare the payment once there. No further communication follows. January 10, 2025, I send another text to ScummyCommish asking when payments would be made. January 11, 2025, ScummyCommish replies that his accounts remain maxed out and asks if I can meet up to receive. Given that he lives on the East Coast United States, and I reside across the country, I informed him that meeting was not feasible. January 13, 2025, League Member 1 asks when payments will be made. No reply. January 16, 2025, I inquire about payment status. No reply. January 18, 2025, I inquire about payment status. No reply. January 19, 2025, I inquire. No reply. January 24, 2025, I question the payment status again. ScummyCommish responds, "I haven't replied because I've made it perfectly clear that I've reached the monthly limits on all payment applications. Come get cash or zip it and wait until the 30 days reset." Now complain some more, and it might expedite things for you. Notable context here in his earlier messages about being blocked from payment applications, he did not mention being locked out for 30 days. Past experience showed that hitting a limit on Venmo locked me out for only a week. Thus, we had been following up after a week, unaware that he allegedly faced a 30-day hold. The league members and I ceased follow-ups for the remainder of January to allow the full 30 days to elapse. February 2, 2025, I inquire about payment status. No reply. February 3, 2025, I inquire about payment status. No reply. February 5, 2025, I inquire about payment status. No reply. At this point, I felt frustrated, not only due to the unpaid winnings but also because it was clear ScummyCommish was deliberately ignoring me. Pro-Revenge Part 1. I sent a text to the fantasy group chat informing ScummyCommish that as he had chosen not to respond, I would file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau against his company and post warnings on his personal and business Facebook pages about his conduct. Additionally, I let him know that if he continued to withhold payment, I would initiate a small claims court claim. I am an attorney specializing in litigation, which I find enjoyable, although it is typically a source of stress for most others. I gave him one last opportunity to respond before implementing my plan. He did not. So last night, I filed my complaint with the Better Business Bureau against his company. I knew this complaint was unlikely to be effective, but it aimed to pressure ScummyCommish into at least addressing our concerns. I also shared a detailed account of our communications on my Facebook, tagging both his personal account and the company's page. Furthermore, I shared this information on the company's Facebook page and a popular home repair group within his locality. This morning, ScummyCommish finally viewed my previous messages, but seemed to overlook most of them. He did not check the Better Business Bureau complaint or my Facebook post. Instead of acknowledging his issues, ScummyCommish only intensified his stance. He claimed, "I told all you deaf individuals to come get cash 10 times now. Give me your address so I can send you something." Also, to those who don't believe and think it's amusing to slander, my accounts are all locked due to excessive use, still awaiting reset, so deal with it. This is why I said come get cash. Pro Revenge Part 2. I provided ScummyCommish with my address for him to mail the money. This was a miscalculation. He replied, "You will not be getting paid, especially for acting like the childish person you are. Everyone else can tell me how and where they would like to meet." I countered that I would file and serve a small claims complaint on Monday. ScummyCommish retorted, "Go ahead, sending you $1,150 worth of nonsense. Look out for it." At this juncture, it appeared ScummyCommish finally checked his Facebook, noticed my tag, and saw the volume of engagement on my post. He called, expressing that I was foolish for my actions, suggesting I was risking the company's reputation since he knew where I lived, and explicitly threatened that if I did not remove my Facebook post, he would come to my residence and smash my skull in. He said, "You don't understand who you're dealing with." I calmly responded that I would not take down my Facebook post until I received payment. ScummyCommish abruptly hung up. I ensured my wife was on the line as an independent witness. I promptly shared a summary of our conversation in the fantasy group chat. ScummyCommish continued to disparage me for a while, denying that he had made a threat. Then, there was a brief silence from him, which afforded me time to advance to the next stage of my strategy. Pro Revenge Part 3. It was clear that my previous actions had ruffled ScummyCommish's feathers, yet I still needed to apply more pressure to secure my payment. ScummyCommish and I are not Facebook friends, preventing me from seeing any of his personal connections or followers of his company page. Nevertheless, I could access ScummyCommish's posts, as well as those of the company, including the users who liked or commented on those posts. So I began my task. Firstly, I compiled a list of every user who interacted with the company's posts. Secondly, I cataloged around 100 others who engaged with his personal Facebook page. Thirdly, I marked which users were the most significant or closest to ScummyCommish. This included his wife, 2 cousins, and 2 close family friends. Altogether, I amassed 150 unique users in my record, detailing their relationship to ScummyCommish and links to their Facebook pages. I then messaged his wife, cousins, and close family friends to brief them on everything that had occurred, sharing the entire content of my Facebook post, suggesting that his wife speak to ScummyCommish prior to involving their family in litigation on Monday. Next, I informed ScummyCommish about my outreach to his wife, cousins, and family friends. I warned him that starting tomorrow morning, I would begin contacting roughly 50 people within his company network, followed by around 100 personal friends, to caution them against conducting business with him or the company in the future. I specifically mentioned a few contacts by name to demonstrate that I was serious about my intentions and stated that I would initiate targeted public scrutiny unless he settled the debt. Throughout this period, my friends inundated ScummyCommish and the company's Facebook page with comments and messages. Evidently, these actions prompted a change in ScummyCommish's attitude. He called me, surprisingly stating that he had figured out how to make the payment. 10 minutes later, I received the full amount of $2,175 in my Venmo account. Subsequently, I deleted my Facebook posts as I had promised. Mission accomplished. While ScummyCommish navigates the repercussions of my Better Business Bureau complaint and my friends' comments lingering on his company pages, he will not serve as commissioner in the leagues any longer. His family members and close friends will remain aware of his refusal to pay and his subsequent threats when I attempted to collect the money. I anticipate he will have an uncomfortable conversation with his wife upon his return from work today. Even with my post removed, a considerable number of potential clients who witnessed it are now aware to steer clear of engaging with ScummyCommish or his company in the future. Justice has been served, and I believe ScummyCommish has learned a crucial lesson. I am not someone he should ever underestimate.